Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Paul Dezay. Grace and peace to you. I'm here with our Grace and Peace Wednesday update for Sandy Hook United Methodist Church and a little devotion to share with you. Thank you for the prayers. I've had a rough go of it the last week, and I'm trying to get back to it and slow. But anyway, so let me share this devotion I have for you today. It's titled "Am I Judas?" Am I Judas? We're all familiar with Judas Iscariot from the scriptures, the one who betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. We're all familiar with the one who had so regret afterwards that he killed himself. We're familiar with Judas. We point fingers at Judas and said he's the one, right? He's the one who stabbed Jesus in the back. If it wasn't for Judas, then Jesus wouldn't have been killed. We say things like that, we think things like that, but I'm not really sure that's the truth. In fact, I think Judas and myself have a lot in common. And let me share with you. There's a lot of theories on who Judas is and what his background was, and some theories are he was a zealot and a part of a kind of a violent group of people called the Daggers. There are others that think that Judas was just a thief and that's all he was. He was a criminal. But honestly, I think Judas just wanted Jesus to be different. I think Judas wanted a Jesus who was going to take back Israel from the Romans. I think Judas wanted a different Jesus. And he was going to kind of push it in a certain way that would force Jesus to kind of lead a revolt against not just the Romans, but against the temple elite. So, maybe think of it this way. Maybe Judas was selling out Jesus to force Jesus's hand to do something. And when Jesus didn't play into that game, Judas had such regret that he took his own life. Am I anything like Judas in the sense of, do I ever want a different Jesus? Do I ever want Jesus to be different? Do I ever want a Jesus that will uh, affirm my goals and my dreams? Do I want a Jesus that will make my life more the way that I want it? And if so, then maybe I am a little bit like Judas. Maybe I am selling out Jesus. Maybe I'm misrepresenting Jesus to the world by allowing people to see a different kind of Jesus, the Jesus that I wished existed versus the Jesus that we see in scriptures. See, the Jesus that we see in scriptures is nonviolent. When push comes to shove and Peter cuts off the ear of the soldier, Jesus says, "Hey, put that thing away because, if you live that way, you will die that way." And so Jesus would rather be a part of a nonviolent revolution that sees his people rise up not through violent action, but through the way of love and forgiveness and redemption and restoration. And at times protesting the things that are wrong, but never falling into the trap uh, that sometimes portrays. And so, am I like Judas? Do I want Jesus to be different? And if I'm kind of pushing Jesus's hand, if I'm trying to push Jesus to fit my mold, am I really created in the image of God, or am I creating Jesus in my own image? Those are questions to wrestle with, right? So, anyway, that's just something to think about. Maybe Judas is a lot like Paul Dezay, or maybe Paul Dezay is a lot like Judas. The Jesus in scriptures, the Jesus of love, the Jesus who's willing to go to the cross for me, is really hard for me to replicate. It's really hard for me to live that way. So I'd rather make Jesus more like me. And if that's the case, I'm kind of like Judas. There you go. Announcements for this week. Um, Hickory Creek Senior Living, there's a new list for April, and it includes Easter candy and Easter decorations. You can pick up this list on the Next Steps table or also in the narthex, and you can show some love to the residents of Hickory Creek by sending them some Easter cards. This Saturday is the Easter egg hunt for everyone, for all ages, and it begins at 10:30 a.m. And the Easter Bunny is going to be there. I kind of know who the Easter Bunny is. I'm kind of on the inside track here. I get that. So the Easter Bunny will be here, and he needs security. So maybe I'll step up and be security for the Easter bunny. There's an all-you-can-eat pancake bar after the Easter egg hunt, and all the proceeds that go towards the pancake bar go to the teens as they go on their summer trip to the Bold Conference in July. There is an underground pop-up worship night tonight. The Underground is a new ministry, a new fresh expression of church that Dale Seacrest is doing. And tonight they're worshiping at the Hamilton County Center and Ice Arena at 6 o'clock. So stop by there and worship. Also tonight at 6:30 is the final session of Living Fully Alive here in the sanctuary. There is a night of worship this coming Sunday evening, provided by the Underground. Dale Seacrest and his band will be at the Commons Upper Lobby at 6 p.m. That's this coming Sunday, Palm Sunday at 6 p.m. at the Commons. Also, Monday, Thursday, which is a week from tomorrow, there's going to be a combined service at Petersville. And so it'll be us and Petersville, and that service is at 6:30. It's not written down here, but I think it's at 6:30. And then Friday, April 7th, Good Friday, we're having our Tenebrae service at 7 p.m. And that's one of my favorite services of the entire year. And then Easter Sunday, April 9th, we have two services, normal times, 8:45 and 11, and donuts and coffee will be in the narthex in between services at 10 a.m. Those are all the announcements. Please make sure to check out the newsletter for a bunch of other stuff coming up in the future to make sure to get on your calendar. But thanks again for your prayers, and hope to see you soon. Grace and peace to you. Take care.